welcome to Pour the Wine. It's Rom-Com Time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark channel. I'm Amy.
And I'm Gary. And guess what?
What?
I'm a pouring.
You're a pouring. Pouring
That's
Gary.
right.
That's what we're going to call you.
Pouring car.
Pour our cab.
Yes.
Today, should we just get right into it?
Let's get right into it.
Today, we're going to be reviewing episode number 6 of Mistletoe Murders. It is the final episode of season 1, titled Death of a Humbug Part 2. Ooh. It originally aired on December 5th in 2024 on Hallmark Plus. In fact, you can catch the entire season of Mistletoe Murders right now on Hallmark Plus. You can start with episode 1 and then come and listen to our reviews all the way through episode number 6.
Yes, you can. We would also love it if you would click that follow button on your favorite podcast platform you don't miss an episode. If you listen on Apple or Spotify, you can also leave us a review. And hopefully it's a positive review.
We'd really appreciate.
Yes. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, X, and Threads.
Yes. Head on over to the socials and let us know your thoughts about Mistletoe Murders. Maybe you watched it when it was on last fall.
Yes.
Right? And you enjoyed it, or maybe you didn't enjoy it. Let us know. We'll get into some conversation with you, or you can even send us an email at pourthewineitsromcomtime@gmail.com.
Yes.
We'd love to hear from you.
Yes. Please send us an email.
Yes, please do. Please do.
So
He said,
I know, right?
It's been a day.
It's been a day. Are we adding any actors to this episode?
No.
No.
There were no new ones. Did you think there were any new ones?
No, there were no new ones.
No. So what we do is we read the newest actors in part 1 of these episodes, since we've really gotten like 3 movies, right?
Yeah.
Because they're individualized. So the common characters are Emily, Sam,
Violet,
Brooke,
Sue.
Sue, yes, through all 6 episodes. Is there anyone else who are we missing?
No, I think those are the main characters.
And who was the one from episode number 1 and 2? June.
Yes, June.
Right, her friend June. She was in a few.
Yeah.
After
and I
her
think
first
in the
two.
last episode that we watched, the Humbug Part 1, she went to somebody in her family.
You know what? That's right, because it's getting closer to Christmas, so people are traveling for the holidays. Okay, right.
So Emily mentioned
you got
that.
it.
So
but in this particular episode, we're not adding anybody new from episode number 5.
Correct.
So what happened previously? So we're starting off with the knowledge that Glenn, the curmudgeon who owns the bookstore, has been murdered. At Sue's Diner.
I know.
And Sue was really excited about that.
Yes.
Someone tried to run over Emily at the very end of episode number 5.
And she showed her ninja skills.
They ended up finding, Glenn left everyone a book.
Yep.
And they think that he knew he was going to die. So he left he left 5 people a book. And they're trying to piece the clues together to find the limited editions, limited edition
treasure.
books, the treasure that he left, which are the limited edition
Christmas books,
Christmas Carol books, right?
Yeah.
And other things. So,
and they have to work together.
Yes. So that's kind of where we are. And they only had the first clue, right? So the first one was the ghost of Christmas past.
Correct.
And they realized that the clue led them to 'Twas the Night Before Christmas book.
Yep.
Because Fred, Glenn's nephew, am I on the right track here?
You're on the right track, girl.
Never know if I'm remembering correctly or not. So Glenn's nephew remembered that Glenn used to read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, so they found the book, and that had a video in it. And that was another video that they watched, or that they were getting ready to watch. Right? They didn't watch it in part 1, but now they're getting ready to watch it. So that's where we are.
That's where we're at.
That's
folks.
where we're at.
So is it time to drop a synopsis for season 1, episode 6?
I think it is time to drop the synopsis. Emily continues to solve the scavenger hunt and grapples with her past.
Period.
What'd
you say last? End scene.
End scene. Brief and to the point. That is exactly what happens in this episode.
That's how we like it, right?
Yep.
Well, we'll probably give away some spoilers. So if you haven't watched it already, hit pause, go watch the episode and then come back and listen to our podcast and tell us what you think.
Yeah, we don't want any complaining that we gave away spoilers because we're going to give away spoilers.
Yes, we are.
From beginning to end.
From beginning to end. So, you want to dive right into it?
Let's dive into it.
Okay, so obviously we know Emily's got some skills, right?
She got some mad skills.
I mean, she's jumping out of way of a truck or a SUV.
Oh, right.
She's picking locks and stuff like that. I mean, she's all around, I don't know,
her
private
history
or something. I can't figure it out.
Well, we'll get to that. What we think towards the end, right? When we find out a little bit more of maybe who she is.
Yeah.
And, why she's there.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait.
I am loving her internal dialogue that we get her background that way.
Yes.
So we don't see it. We do see it come out
every once in a while.
Every once in a while, we see some things, like you said, she picks the locks and she's like, I'm going to investigate that, and she goes and does some computer research and all that. And she just has really good investigative skills.
She sure does.
Detective skills. So we know something's there, but the internal dialogue, I really like that it's funny. So it's just the show. I'm just really digging the show. I really love it.
Me too.
Yep.
And there's going to be a second season. So.
There is going to be a second season. And she's struggling with her relationship with Sam because she wants to get closer, but she's also scared to get too close because of whatever it is that's in her past.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it starts off with the 5 of them, or 4. It's 5. Well, without Noah, because Noah's in jail.
Right. Noah's in jail. So we have Brooke, Emily, you got Sam, you got Harvey.
Fred.
And Fred.
Right. So they all meet.
So they all meet at the store, the Mistletoe, under the Mistletoe store, to look at or watch the video that Fred found in the bookstore.
Right.
On the USB drive.
Right.
So that's where it starts off.
Right. And we see Glenn, again, giving away another clue.
Yes.
And this time, and I like when Brooke says, who wants to take a stab at it?
I know, right?
After they hear the clue. And then she's like, oh,
no
sorry.
pun intended.
Sorry, Fred. And he's like, no worries. My uncle was just
Fred's
stabbed
like,
to death.
don't worry about it. It's okay. He's dead. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting video. And they all were like, what in the world are you talking about?
Right. They're trying to figure it out. And then as soon as they kind of, everyone leaves except Sam and Emily after they watch the video and Under the Mistletoe, everybody leaves. And then you see someone get in a car and he's got like I want to say an iPad, but I'm sure, I don't know what it was.
It's a tablet.
Sure. Like it's a tablet,
we'll call it a tablet,
right? And then you can hear that Sam and Emily are talking in her store, so someone has planted a microphone.
Yeah,
and you presume it's one of the people that was just there.
Right.
Because they immediately get in the car and they're listening to the conversation. So the presumption is it's right after that.
Yes.
So it's one of those people. One of those people.
One of those things do not belong.
But we don't know who it is.
So what did you think about Violet and her dad miss?
I thought that was really cute.
Wasn't that cute?
Yeah, that was really cute.
Yeah, I thought so. I really loved it. I like how she took him around the town and.
Well, she decides that she's going to.
Yeah, she's going early to her mom's for Christmas, which leaves her dad early, and you can tell that he wants her to go, but he's kind of hurt, because it'll be his first Christmas, and she notices it, and she decides to do dad miss. And I love that whole scene where her and Emily's like, what's dad miss?
Yes. Yeah. I thought that was really cute and fun. And it was just I really like that they're making Violet a thoughtful teenager. Yeah. And she really does care about her dad. And, kids can be rambunctious and whatnot. And they, don't do everything correctly, but it's kind of cool that they're making her. I like that they made her a good kid.
Yes, they should.
I like that because there are good kids out there.
Yeah, they are.
They have their moments, but there are good kids out there. So I thought that was really cool. And you and I are both, we're a blended family and we know, the first Christmas, my kids were a little bit younger than Violet, the first Christmas without them. And it's hard because Christmas is our jam for sure. We are huge Christmas buffs.
Yes, we are.
And, but the truth is when you get separated or divorced, they have to spend the holiday with the other one. Every other one, it's what we did anyway, right?
That's how we did it.
And then it became, for us, it became Christmas Eve.
Yes.
They would spend Christmas Eve with for mine, with their dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had Christmas morning. So it kind of worked out, you know. The first year it was Christmas morning, but that's okay. I mean, that's what happens. And, as an adult, you just gotta get used to it.
Yeah.
It's different. And so, but I like that they're showing that. I like that, Sam really appreciated that Violet wanted to do that for him. And so that was cool.
Right.
That was a side storyline. We digress. So then we have Fred gets hit on the head.
Yeah, he gets attacked at his own bookstore. I mean,
Right. Is this closing up shop?
Yeah, he's closing up shop because I think Emily called everybody in because she figured out the clue.
Right. Right. She called everybody back. Right.
And they're waiting.
Disperses. Right.
I guess they're waiting for Fred, but he hasn't showed up yet. But he gets attacked. You see somebody come up behind him. He's wearing a hoodie or she's wearing a hoodie. You don't know who
black
it is.
Gloves,
black gloves,
jacket, black
and
pants.
then the scene cuts, and then you see, Emily and Sam and them. They're at the Mistletoe, just waiting. They're waiting for Fred.
Yes.
And then Sam decides, well, he's over at his bookstore. Let me just walk over there. So as he's getting ready to leave, Emily gets a call, and it's Fred. And she's like, what?
Right. And they find out he's been hit on the head, right?
Right.
And then is it just Sam and Emily that go to the bookstore at that point?
And Fred's wife. She ends up coming back.
Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan.
She goes to or she was at the bookstore. Or was she was already there.
Right.
With Fred.
Right.
And
that's when Fred tells them the story of what happened. He was closing up shop, and by the time he turned around, he was hit in the head, and he woke up on the ground, and that's the scene.
Right.
But then we find out that Sam got the results back, the DNA results back from the Santa Claus suit,
from Santa's coat. Right. They kept calling it Santa's coat.
Yes, Santa's coat, and come to find out, the second DNA
dun, dun.
Stop it if you haven't seen this show. Here's a spoiler. But Fred's wife's DNA was on it. Morgan,
yeah.
Yes.
So we know that Noah was arrested the first episode, right?
Yep.
And then he's eliminated as a suspect. So now we have Morgan coming up as a suspect. So Sam hauls her in, right, for questioning.
Yes.
And he's and we find out that she tried to talk to Glenn at the party, right? But she found him, or he was already he had already been stabbed.
Yeah, she didn't know he was stabbed.
Right.
But she was going there because she was mad about the books, because he had made Fred a partner, and she was going there to confront him because the books had disappeared, and she thought he had sold them
for money.
And everything.
Yeah. And I love how Sam's like, but aren't they his books?
Yeah, I know.
And she's like, well,
Yeah.
I think we talked about that before. Just because it's your parents or your uncles doesn't mean it's going to be yours.
Guaranteed
it's still theirs.
Hand it down to you. No.
Right. So then we find out she tried to talk to Glenn, but he turned around and he had already been stabbed.
Yes.
And she panicked.
She panicked. She actually touched the body, the knife, which had blood.
Yeah.
She now has blood on her hands, and
grabbed the coat.
She grabbed the Santa coat, and she
ran.
beat feet.
So then that was her that Emily saw running away from the cafe.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yep.
So we realized that.
Right.
And you know what I missed, and maybe you can help me, or someone did I miss? So at that point, is that when Sam realizes she didn't do it? I mean, does he just believe her? Help me. What am I missing?
Well, he takes her downtown, and he interrogates her.
Right.
And she tells him the story of why she actually did it, or why she was there.
Why the blood is on the coat, why her fingerprints are on the Santa coat.
And she goes, it wasn't me. I didn't kill him. And I think he just
believes her. Okay, yeah. I was like, was there something else where he's like, it couldn't have been you?
Right. Yeah, I mean, but you never know.
Well, right. So that's one more person off the list. So it's not Noah and it's not Morgan at this point. So we have Brooke. Sue. Who doesn't like him at all.
No.
Harvey. Right. Those are the three.
Yes.
Well, and we're confident Emily didn't do it. So
yeah.
We're pretty sure about that because Emily's trying to figure it out. Now, then we have Sue, and she just cracks me. I You know, in the last episode, she's annoyed at the inconvenience of Glenn's death, right? And she's like, he died in my, my busiest time. And then in this one, when Emily comes in and she's got her wrist in a cast.
Yes.
And then Sue's like, well, what happened? And Emily's like, oh, what did she say? She tripped in front of her store.
She slipped on ice.
She slipped on ice. And she's like, not in front of the diner, I hope.
Yeah.
I can't afford a lawsuit or something. She's more worried about herself, I just think it's so funny.
I had a death already. I don't need another one.
I love her character.
She is truly funny. But this is when Emily sees Noah.
Right.
In the diner,
he's in the diner, right?
And she walks up to him, starts talking to him, and she finds out that Talia, is it Talia? Talia.
I think, yeah. Talia, the attorney.
Right. Noah said that she had dropped the charges, and Emily thought it was weird considering he broke in and he took something.
Right.
So she then goes to the law firm to talk to Talia.
Well, first, before she goes, she asks Noah how he knew to even look for a video or a drive, a flash drive or whatever, because she's curious. How would he even know? Because he hasn't been around. He doesn't know. And he says he heard Brooke, which is kind of funny. He heard Brooke talking about it in a store.
Yes, that's
and right. And he goes, now I know her whole life story. And she goes, that sounds like Brooke. I just thought that was so cute.
The town gossiper, yeah.
Yeah. So that's how he found out that there was a flash drive or whatever. So then he goes
and
breaks into the attorney's office. And that's why, right. So he's, but he's out. So what were you saying now? I'm sorry. You had said after the diner, she finds that out.
Then she goes to the law firm to confront Talia and ask her why she dropped the charges.
Right.
And that's when Talia was like, well, it's just the right thing to do, pretty much is what she said. It's the right thing to do. It's Christmas. He didn't really do any damage. So, here we are.
You're right. Right.
Yeah. So then, I guess Noah, the next scene is Noah comes into the store and she told him, well, we're not, because he has a book now, right? He has his book.
Right.
And she's like, well, I haven't called everybody else yet. And he's like, well, can I just, look around the store? And she was like, sure, go ahead. And he goes over to the hole in the wall. And he's like,
oh, right.
She's
right.
like,
this is
what are you doing? And he goes, oh, I'm just seeing, I thought you might have found a secret cubbyhole or something. She goes, well, why would you think that? And that's when he tells her about the older buildings in town. Some of them have secret passageways.
Yes.
So
so then you're like, so wait a minute.
A light bulb.
But in that, what I thought was cute in that same scene too is when Vi, she says to Emily, so what are you doing Christmas Eve? And Emily's like, no plans yet. And she goes, oh, my dad doesn't have any plans. No reason I'm telling you that. Just letting you know.
I know, Violet playing the match.
She's trying to set them up, which is really cute too. Yeah. I think that's funny.
There's nothing wrong with that, right?
So Emily, with this newfound knowledge of being secret rooms, and I think secret rooms would be really cool, but if they've been sitting for a while,
you're not going in it.
I'm not going in it. I'm letting somebody else go first.
And the rats.
You can bring out the stuff and clean it off for me, and then I'll look at it and think it's cool, but I don't know.
I'm shining a flashlight before I go down there. You don't know what's been down there, right?
So she goes to the bookstore with Sam, correct? Right. And they bring like a
blueprint.
I'm moving my hands like people can see me, like a blueprint of the building. Right. So they can try to figure out where a hidden room might be because they think that's where the book is, right? The limited edition books, right?
And Emily being the secret person she is with those skills, she's feeling underneath the bookshelves and comes across a switch, which opens one of the bookshelves opens up.
Right.
And they're all like, what?
But it's so cute when she does. She's like, and she smiles. She's like she found candy or something.
It was so funny.
It's so cute.
That was cute. That was really cute.
I thought her face just lit up because she had just loving it. She just really loving it.
And you can just see it on Sam's face. It's like every time she solves a clue or finds something, he's like, what in the world is going on with this girl, man? I got to get to know her.
That was really cute. That was cute.
So the door opens and
what is found in there?
it's a go bag.
It's a go bag. And she says, I know a go bag when I see one.
I know. That's the narration.
That's another clue. Yeah, she says that in her, that's her inner voice, the narration. She doesn't say
and they ask Fred if he's seen the bag before. He goes, yeah, that's Glenn's bag. And that's when they realize Glenn wasn't talking about he was going to get murdered. He was talking about leaving, because they found a folder in there with some information about an end-of-life care in Switzerland.
Right. So
it was a one-way ticket.
Right. So he was going to leave and go to Europe, right? And with a one-way ticket, because he knew he was sick and he didn't want to put his family through watching him go through what his sister went through. And I was right.
You were.
Remember I said that?
You sure did.
I don't think he knew.
Yeah.
I think he was planning on going
somewhere. You know what? There's
somewhere.
proof. You can go back on the first episode.
and she part one of this, Death of a Humbug.
I don't think he killed him. I don't think he knew he was going to kill him. I think he was leaving.
I think he was leaving.
And
but I mean,
that
was kind of obvious.
You were actually right.
Even the amateur sleuther could probably figure that out like me. And then, I like that, they kind of brought the brothers together.
Yes.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, because that's when Noah comes in.
Right.
And
he comes into the
bookstore, and he's like, what's going on? And Fred's like, you need to know what's going on.
Right.
So that's when they reconnected again.
Right. And he didn't even know that his uncle was sick because he'd been gone. Right. And that's when, it did bring them together. And is it then when Emily talks about, despite the horrible circumstances, is that the moment that she says that? Something like, despite the terrible circumstances that drove them apart, she admires that Noah and Fred can start fresh. Maybe that's more towards the end.
That was at the end.
Okay, we can go.
And we'll get back on that too.
Okay, rewind that.
We digress on
Take that back. I'm sorry. All right. So now they found his
go bag.
And
now they know he didn't know he was going to get murdered. He was just getting out of town.
Correct.
To end his life peacefully in Switzerland.
Correct.
Of all places.
So they find another clue, right? Or no, they go to Emily starts thinking, why was Glenn in he in the basement of the diner or the storage room?
It was in the storage room of the diner.
So she realizes that there's no reason for him to go in there other than to continue the scavenger hunt and possibly hide something.
Right. So she figures out another clue, and it's the book pages of the one line. So Emily ends up calling the author or publishers because she doesn't have the other books to figure out what the page numbers were, or what page number each of those phrases were on. And then she found out that they were actually GPS coordinates. And they were all like, how in the world did you figure that out? And she was like, oh,
I just figured it out.
And they were like, well, where does it point to? And they're like, right here, Sue's Diner.
Oh, right.
And then that's when they that's when they go down to the pantry where Glenn was when he was stabbed.
But didn't she say something like, I wondered why he'd have no reason to be there?
He would have no reason to be there.
So but the coordinates led him to Sue's Diner.
Right.
Okay.
So they all go back to the pantry, and Fred, as he's walking, he's looking over to the right where a rack is, or a shelf, and he notices a can of pineapple juice. And he's like, Noah, come here, look at this. And then him and Noah are talking, and Emily and Sam are like, what's going on? And then they tell the story of how their mom used to pour them the pineapple juice when they were little. And that's when they figured, oh, this might be a clue. So they lift up the can, and underneath was taped to the bottom was another USB drive.
Right.
With another clue.
Right.
So that was how they found that clue out. She found out that the book pages were GP coordinates.
I can tell you what, I am not that smart as Emily. I would not have figured that out. That's above my
that's
my brainage
too.
My detective work.
Well, that's why she's got them mad skills.
Yep.
So they're all back up at the front of the diner again, and they're just talking amongst themselves, and they start to realize that their books are gone.
Right.
And so is Harvey. So
Harvey's gone. He was there for a
Harvey,
minute and then
grabbed the
he's
books.
gone.
So now we know Harvey is somebody that is part of what's going on, right?
Right. Remember, we kind of mentioned we thought because Sue trashed the book, but we weren't sure who picked it up. I wasn't
Right.
sure if it was Noah or Harvey. I don't know if Harvey was on my radar for that, but yeah, I wasn't
because-
sure where it went.
Yeah, because
we're
they
like,
were
it's gotta
watching
be the fifth book.
They were watching the video that they just found on the USB drive, and Sue said at the end, she goes, "Oh, that's my book." And
Right.
Emily
Yeah,
was
she
like,
did.
"That's your
She
book.
did.
That's Harvey's
Yes.
book." And that's when they turned around and they were like, "Where's Harvey?"
Where's
and
Harvey?
then they realized all their books had been taken.
And while they're all kind of stunned, you can see Emily, she's immediately like, oh,
now it
it's
makes sense.
Harvey. So she knows, then Emily goes back to her store.
Right.
And she realizes that he had to have heard them talking about some things over the course of them investigating.
Yeah.
And she knows there's a mic somewhere.
Yep.
And she figures out that Harvey had put a mic in her tree.
Yeah, ornament.
Yep. Or in an ornament. Yeah. Yeah. So then she speaks directly into the mic and is like, hey, Harvey.
Which I thought was badass, by the way.
Yeah. Let's meet. And
Yes.
I know you know where to go based on the latest clue. And she pretty much was the only one who had figured out, right, where to
Right.
go exactly
Yep.
for that last clue.
Yep. So the next scene is you see Harvey walking in the graveyard and he gets hit by a snowball.
Right.
Which I thought was funny.
He did. Yeah.
And he's like, I thought we weren't meeting until 1 o'clock or whatever. And she goes, well, you're here an hour early. So
Right. She kind of called him out on that. That was pretty good. Because
Yes.
she knows. She's sneaky sneak.
And then she gets out of him why he ended up killing Glenn, which is he confronted Glenn for the books and stuff. And he's like, if you don't give me this, I'm going to kill you. And Glenn's like, in his head, I'm already going to die. So he starts laughing.
Yeah.
And apparently Harvey doesn't like being laughed at. So that's why he stabbed him.
So we know then that Harvey is the one who actually murdered
Right.
Glenn.
Yes.
And it was for the books, right?
Yes.
Or for the book.
Yeah. So at that point, Harvey asks, where's your book? And as Emily's backing up, she's telling him things. And finally, Harvey pulls out a knife and throws it at her. And she blocks it with her cast.
With her cast. She goes right in the heart.
Yes.
Because it's where Violet had drawn a heart in her
Yes,
cast,
which
which
I
is
thought
kind of
was
cute.
pretty
Yep.
cute.
It was the perfect deterrent for the knife. And then they proceed to get into a fight, a badass fight, right?
It was like the Matrix, man. They were like going at it.
Pretty good. Something else I probably couldn't do. I should know how to do self-defense, but yeah, so they get into a fight and she finally puts him to sleep.
Yeah, she said night night.
She said night night.
Had him on the ground and choked him out.
Night. Yeah. So then she has like the zip ties.
The
So she
zip
ties
ties.
his hands
And leaves him out there.
And at the same time, you see that's when Sam and Violet are having their dad miss.
Yes.
You see kind of flat. It goes to Sam and Violet, and so they're having a really good time. And Emily is out there kicking some behind. See what I did
right?
there?
Yes.
Good time kicking
Good
some
time.
behind.
Yes, she did.
She's
too.
taking care of business out there. So then the police come
Right.
to get Harvey.
Yeah.
And then they call Sam while he's out with Violet.
Right.
And Violet had gotten him his Christmas present, which were skates because, that was nice.
And he got a dinner
plays
out of
hockey.
it too. Remember
Yeah,
that
and he got his
open-faced
turkey dinner
sandwich with some
at Sue's.
yes, with some cranberry.
And what does Sue? Sue says, I forgive you for treating me like a common criminal or something.
For
For interrogating me like a common criminal.
And that's Sue's personality again coming out.
Yeah,
I
it was pretty
really,
funny.
really good.
It was pretty funny. Yeah.
So then Emily goes into the, what do they call those? Crypts?
Yeah, something
crypt.
like that. Yeah, like I
to-
would say like a mausoleum or whatever.
Right, because she had figured out the final clue.
Right.
And it had to do with the weight of all the books together.
Because he says you have to weigh the author's words carefully.
Right.
That was the wording in the clue.
Yes.
From Glenn.
That
triggered her to bring a little mini scale
yes.
and put it on top of the tomb or whatever it was that had a lock on it. Right. Or crate.
Chest or whatever. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Would you?
So
I would never figured that out. But yes, she figured out. And the weight were the numbers on the combination.
Right.
So she keyed
the
in.
way it was, that was really smart of him too. That was smart of Glenn.
Yeah, I know. I mean, to be able to think that stuff out. And she keyed in the numbers, and lo and behold, the chest opened.
Yeah.
And there's was some
treasure.
books and
There's
some other stuff.
treasure.
You don't know exactly what's in it, but there was some stuff.
At what point does she go back to the lawyer?
She went back to the lawyer after
she gives everybody their letters, or no? It was before that, right?
I think it was before that.
Right.
Yeah, yes, it was before that.
It's after she kicks Harvey. Well, his name isn't really Harvey, but
Right.
Harvey's behind.
Yes.
Then she goes
back to
the lawyer and realizes that
you are his partner.
The lawyer was the one that wanted the books, right? Because she found out, she watched the video and knew that he was dying and that he had set up this scavenger hunt. So the lawyer was trying to find the books, gather all 5 books and find all the clues and get to the treasure before anyone else did.
Yes. And one of the clues that Emily figured out it was her was the wax seal on all the envelopes. The one that had the USB drive of the video in it was different from...
Which is pretty smart.
I know.
I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that in the scenes.
That was a good clue right there.
Next season, I'm going to have to watch it and just while we watch it, I'm going to be like, okay, there's a seal. I mean, it had to be every detail in every scene.
I know. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so Emily noticed that the seal was different on the video,
on the video card
that the attorney opened up in front of everybody in part 1.
Yep.
Than the seal on the letters that they all got in their books, which indicated to Emily that it had been opened, and the lawyer tried to recreate the seal because she had opened the old seal.
Yep.
So
she was trying to be
very smart, very smart.
Yeah.
So the Popo come for the lawyer.
Yeah. So she's gone.
She's gone.
So we now have the 2 murderers.
We have the 2, the hired.
Yeah, the hired hand.
Yeah, the one who hired and the one who was hired. And then we get to the scene where Emily hands out the letters that Glenn had for everybody.
And the chest, yep.
And the chest. And it was kind of cool because you've got this curmudgeon-y guy you think he doesn't notice.
Yep.
And then he did notice the people who were kind to him.
Yeah, he did.
And he included them in the treasure hunt.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And you see Emily kind of get, emotional about knowing Fred. And then you know that it's because she must have had some similar situation, only she basically says that can't be remedied.
Right.
It's too late for that. She's in a similar situation. She's glad that they can reconcile, but it's too late for her because it's gone too far. So now you're thinking, okay, it's a family thing. I think you mentioned a brother at some point. You were thinking maybe she's got a brother.
Right. But in this one, she mentions a love. So maybe it was a boy. Yeah, she mentioned it.
Oh.
She says something about love.
Oh, okay.
And when she pulled the picture out again for the umpteenth time. So something's up with that
picture.
Well,
she said someone you love, which I took could be family.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Like when you say it like that, like a loved one. That's how that's how I took that. That's why I started thinking she must have a sibling.
Right.
So maybe Chimera's her brother. That's, I don't know, maybe her family's involved. And then, so we get to the end where she's in her apartment. She's like, you know what? I need to just start living my life. Yep. I'm going to put all my old life away. She puts it in her little vent or whatever that's on the floor, her heater vent. And she hears someone down in her store and it's Sam.
Right. So which she doesn't know.
Well, she doesn't know. She just hears. You're right. You're right.
She goes down there, turns the light on. She goes, Sam, what are you doing?
Yeah, and it's Christmas Eve now.
Yes.
Right.
And he's patching up the hole in her wall.
Yep. And then they have their big kissy moment.
Well, actually, kisses.
Kisses. They have their kisses moment. And then she's in her pajamas, but she's going to go up to change so they can go for a walk.
Because it's snowing outside.
And I really thought something different was going to happen than what happened. I thought either she was going to get taken. He was going to get taken.
Yes.
Someone else was going to be in there holding him hostage. I didn't really know. But then I also thought they didn't know when they filmed this if they were getting a season 2.
Right.
So how much are they going to wrap up?
Right.
I thought maybe it would have been wrapped up in a tight little bow.
Yep.
And then they would have started fresh. But no.
So we're getting a second season,
So she comes back downstairs and he's gotten a phone call.
Yeah. From his supervisor. I wonder what that was about.
Well, it was the supervisor saying, stop looking into Emily because he was looking into her. He noticed some discrepancies in her file.
Yep.
When he had, right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and somebody high up said, you need to tell your man to stop looking into it.
Yeah. So what does that tell you?
Well, a couple of things. Either she's in witness protection.
See, I was thinking witness protection.
Or she was something like CIA at one point, and you know how that goes.
Oh, that could be too. Well, it's still kind of same kind of thing.
Right,
like you're in some kind
and you just
protection.
can't. And then, of course, Sam is upset because now he doesn't know who Emily is. So he thought he did, and now he feels like he doesn't.
And they had their kissing scene, and now they're going to be apart because he doesn't know
That's
who
like
she
one
is.
of the best
She's
kissing
like, Sam.
scenes of Hallmark so far.
So, yeah, because they kissed and then they kind of went apart and then he pulled her back in. Yeah, it was pretty, chemistry is pretty hot there between the two of them.
Yes.
So you have mystery, you have murder, you have chemistry, you have all the things.
All
small
of the
town.
things.
And then we watched the bonus episode. Just it's only like what, a minute or two.
2 minutes.
And we saw where the writer who actually wrote the podcast before it was turned into a movie, and he was saying that he was a big 80s detective show guy. So that's why he named the town Fletcher's Grove.
Yes.
After Jessica Fletcher on Murder, She Wrote.
And you mentioned that in the first episode of this one, too, on the podcast.
I did. I was like, man, I caught that right away. I was like, Fletcher's Grove. I know Fletcher.
Like, you always pick that kind of stuff up.
So, yeah.
Yeah, my mom was a big fan.
What'd you think of the series or of the season as a whole, now that we know we're getting a season 2?
The season as a whole, I thought it was great.
I thought it was really good. I can't wait till next season.
Yeah, because even though they were separate, then, you know, the 2-episode series, they were separate. It ended up being one because the main characters
you have the commonality of the main characters going through, and you're learning more about them.
Right, and Emily's past. So
yeah,
I thought it was awesome. What about you?
I agree. I think that the common theme, like you just said, of them going through all the episodes, and then but then you have these mini stories within each one. I mean, that is kind of like Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Because that would wrap up a murder within an episode, but then you had Jessica and the sheriff, you know, through all of them. So, and other, you know, and other people. So, they kind of make sense now.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm digging it, man. I can't wait for the second season.
I like it too.
Because I really want to know what's going on with her. From her past.
Yes, I wonder how many more nuggets we'll get, and they're great together. The chemistry between Emily and Sam, and the townspeople are great. It's a great cast of characters. The supporting cast
is awesome.
Just the characters themselves are well written, and you know we can find out more about the main, like the Fab Five or whatever we want to call them.
Fab Five is good to me.
You got like what Sam, Sue, Emily, Violet, Sue, Brooke. Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. So, did you have any tinsel
topped moments? I really I think the tinsel top moment for me in this episode would be when Emily gives out the cards to everybody and they read them. They read what Glenn wrote, and Emily's kind of tearing up when Fred and Noah get their card.
Yeah.
Because he says he did that to bring them together. Yeah. That was the gift he was giving them, was getting them back together. Mm-hmm. And she's kind of tearing up, and you can kind of see that that's personal to her.
Yep.
So I kind of liked that scene.
Yeah.
I like that whole scene.
Which leads you to believe that there might be something with her past and her brother or whatever.
And like the whole scene just worked. That would be really my tinsel, that scene, because Brooke says something like, she reads her letter and he says to her, even though you have terrible taste in books, you did invite me to, so it was, she's kind of like, but it's still, it was funny, but personal. And Sue, he told Sue she could,
her chili was the best.
The best.
You can use beans if you want.
And even Sue was kind of like, I knew I liked him, even though this whole time she's been complaining about him. So I like that whole scene. What about you?
Yeah.
Your tinsel top moment.
That was one of them, but I have to go back to Violet doing the
dad miss. Yeah, that was really cute.
It was just a kind thing and generous thing to do for her dad. And I thought that was pretty cool.
That was really cool. That was really cool.
I did have one thing. Did you notice the mug?
That she was carrying around? Yeah. What did it say?
It just says joy, but it also has mistletoes on it. So
it's like, probably because it's mistletoe murder. I don't know.
I noticed that this
maybe.
time around.
Yeah.
And I also like the fact that they kept the stab mark in the heart on the cast
After
all the way through.
There was no editing error in terms of covering it up. That's a good point. I didn't notice that, but that's a good point too. Out of 5 ornaments, how many would you hang for this episode?
I'm going to give this one 4.
4.
4.5 maybe.
4.5?
Yeah, I'm going to give 4.5.
I'm going to give it a 5.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I did too.
I thought it wrapped things up in terms of that particular storyline. Mm-hmm. I liked the arc of the story. I didn't really know. We thought kind of Harvey because he was new, but I really wasn't suspecting the lawyer. I mean, I like how they're throwing other things in that I wasn't thinking about. And then I like the moment with the letter. So yeah, I really enjoyed this particular episode and the series. The series as a whole.
Yes, so, I really enjoyed it.
Yep.
So is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to follow the podcast wherever you listen so you don't miss one. Also, follow us on social media if you really, really like the show and are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. We would really appreciate your positive review. And if you didn't really, really like the show, we'd still appreciate your positive review.
Yeah, you don't have to love it.
No, you don't.
You can like it, hopefully a little bit. New episodes drop every Tinsel Tuesday as we unwrap all things Hallmark Christmas year-round. Then be sure to join us on Wednesdays for fresh reviews of the latest Hallmark movies and series. Until then, fill up your glasses and push play. Thanks for listening.
Cheers.